Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Desert Race 11 pack from Cars 3. Now, I do not believe I have ever reviewed an 11 pack before. So, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to look at all the cars that I have not reviewed yet, which would be Brickyardly, the first look at Rust-eze Racing Center McQueen. We have Todd Marcus, we have the Rev and Go Racer, and we have Reb Maker. So here's the front. That's awesome. Of course, there's 11 cars in here. And then the back, if you can't tell, there's Jackson, Storm, and Tex. So, of course, Tex will probably appear sometime in the desert at Copper Canyon. That's pretty awesome. So here's the back of the package, so you can see all the cars in there. Very awesome. I'm really excited to open this up. And I've been wanting to open up for a little while now, so I just had to get some stuff out first. So, here's what it says on the back. The race for the Piston Cup continues in Arizona. Will Lightning McQueen continue his winning streak? So that means that the Copper Canyon Speedway is in Arizona, so that's pretty awesome. And now, let's go ahead and open up this awesome set. We will be back with all of these cars opened. Alright guys, so here are the diecasts out of the package. So, as I have reviewed Jackson Storm, Chick Hicks with Headset, Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, Cal Weathers, and Bobby Swift, I will not be reviewing those. But I will be reviewing all the cars from Cars 3 that I have not reviewed yet, which are Reb Maker, Brickyardly, Tex, Rev and Go Racer, Todd Marcus, and Rust-eze Racer Lightning McQueen. Rust-eze Racing Center Lightning McQueen is what I meant. So now let's go ahead and get into the review. So first, let's take a look at Tex here. So nothing has changed about Tex. It kind of does look like his mustache did get a little bit darker on the sides. I don't really know for sure. But you can also see he has a very nice smiling expression, as always. Very nice Cadillac model. You can see on the top, he's kind of got the nice cow skin. Pretty cool. Luckily, the same license plate didn't change or anything. Luckily, it's still Dynaco. Pretty awesome. So that will do it for Tex. I'm pretty sure all cars collectors know who Tex and what he looks like, of course. So now let's move on to one of the stock cars, Reb Maker. So he is the next generation, well, I guess you could say next generation stock car racer for Tank Coat. So as you can see here, let's compare him to Eugene. So I kind of forgot his name for a minute there, but as you can see, there is a little bit of changes here because Reb is definitely kind of seems like just a little bit more of a lighter or darker kind of pink. I don't really know how to explain it, but as you can see here, Eugene kind of has more of a light kind of pink, and then yeah, I would probably say that Reb's pink color is a little bit darker, and he is number 36, just as Eugene is as well. He's got a couple other different sponsors, but Eugene looks a little bit more angry and kind of looks more determined than Reb does. He just looks kind of smiley and happy. Looks like a pretty nice car, and he is definitely a different model as well. So that is kind of nice, and his wheels are not pink as well. Then on the back, Tank Coat does seem to do the same thing. It soothes upset tanks. That's exactly what it said here as well for Tank Coat. And yeah, that will be all the differences. And also, surprisingly, they both do have brown eyes, so that's kind of interesting as well. But out of the two, I would probably say that Reb would be my favorite. So now let's go ahead and move on to Brickyardly. So here's Brickyardly. He's pretty awesome. Now, he is the same model as the Rev and Go Racer back here, which is still unnamed as of right now. And, of course, he's the next generation stock car racer for Vidaline, or Vidaline, however you want to pronounce it, for older active cars. Does the exact same thing, very cool. And also, he's the exact same number as Jeff Corvette was, so that's kind of interesting. And he will appear in Cars 3 as he is one day in the future, he will be releasing a 2-pack with the King, so that'll be pretty cool to see when they appear, because they have not been shown in any previews or trailers yet, so it's going to be pretty cool seeing them. And now, Vidaline still has the same colors, white and lime green, just kind of in a different kind of state, because of course lime green is still the main color, and Brick still has a very nice smiling expression as well. Very cool. He's also got brown eyes, and then it has the Vitaline sponsor pretty much all around him, on the back, on both sides, and then kind of near the spoiler right there as well. Very cool. And then also the white is almost kind of like stripes going down by the two, so that is pretty nice as well. And the wheels are green too. I really do like Brick. I think he might be one of my favorite stock cars. I don't know, the lime green and white look really good together. Very cool diecast. So that's pretty much all I got for Brick Yardley. So now let's go ahead and move on to the unnamed Rev and Go Racer, the next generation stock car Rev and Go Racer. So he or she, because we do not know the gender yet, because we might be able to determine that if he or she has a name. But as you can see here, Rev and Go hasn't changed that much, but man, the colors look awesome. That light blue and dark blue work together to make a pretty cool looking color there. Just together, they look really awesome. As you can see, here's the Rev and Go, and then there's the arrow as always, and then number 73. Also, if you compare he or she with Misty over here, you can see that there is kind of a darker color. It's kind of like the blue closer to Misty's, and then a darker color as well, more in the back, where the Rev and Go sponsor is. So that's pretty awesome as well. Definitely a very different model than Misty is. And surprisingly, they're both the same number, 73. Kind of interesting. But with the next generation racers, that's not really how it is, because the stock racers have completely different numbers than the next generation racers. Which is kind of interesting, because I mean, all the stock car racers have like the same numbers if they're for the same sponsor. So that is kind of interesting. And I don't know, there's not really much else to say about the Rev and Go Racer, but here on the back you can see it says Rev and Go, and with the number 73, and you can see it pretty much all around the back as well, kind of near the spoilers. And I noticed now most of the stock car racers' wheels are mostly all black as well, and notice all the stock cars do have smiling expressions, while most of the Piston Cup racers do not. There's like almost none that do, except for like, yeah, like we got Lightning, but like that's pretty much it. Because I don't know, it's just kind of interesting how like you compare them and they both look like pretty much just the opposite expression there. So that's kind of interesting. So now let's go ahead and move on to Todd Marcus. So apparently this is still Todd Marcus, which I really doubt. I do find this pretty weird, since of course, I mean, if this is really Todd, he's been racing for 11 years. I mean, probably more actually, more like maybe like 13 or 14, and that doesn't make any sense, right? So, I don't know, that's a weird job on Mattel's part. All the names should be different for the stock cars, but I feel like that isn't really correct. But hopefully, maybe the names are changed, maybe throughout the evolution of course through diecasts, but we'll just have to see. So, it has gone from red to black for the no-stall sponsor to red and like almost like a really light blue to a dark blue as well. That's really awesome. I really do like this color combo. I think Todd Marcus is probably my second favorite stock car out of the new ones from Cars 3. But he's one of the ones that does kind of have a smiling expression, but yet kind of has like a determined smiling expression. So this is kind of interesting. Seems like he'd have this expression while racing. Very cool. So he is the same model as Cal is. Pretty cool. And you can see no stall. Kind of almost like it's written in cursive there. And he's still 1, 2, 3, just like the original Todd Marcus is. And he's actually got blue wheels, which the rest of the stock car racers do not, as I know of. Well, actually, I believe Cal and Bobby do, but other than that, I can't really think of any other ones from Cars 3. And also Lightning, but anyways. So he looks he's still got the Nice sponsors there as well. And then on the back, no stall 123. You can kind of tell that, like, if you compare him to Todd Marcus here, I don't know, I kind of feel like the writing on the back for the sponsor is kind of smaller than the original stock car racers are for their sponsor. I feel like it's written a lot smaller than their former sponsors. So that's kind of interesting, because that's how it was with the new Rev and Go racer in Misty Motorcross, so I do find that kind of odd, but still, you know, you've got to have some change, right? So, yeah, that'll do it for Todd Marcus, as I don't have much other things to say about him. And now, last but not least, let's take a look at the Rust-eze Racing Center McQueen, which is after Lightning goes over to check the new Rust-eze Racing Center, and that's where he gets his new paint job, which is pretty awesome. So basically, this is going to be his training paint job throughout Cars 3. So that's going to be pretty awesome, all before the 4 to 500. Now, he has a very awesome, determined looking expression there. I can imagine him having this expression while racing with crews, or turning a corner or something while they're, like, racing. Pretty awesome. And I really like the gold touch for the lightning strike. It looks awesome. You can see the rusty shadow kind of behind it, with the same number 95, and a very cool, like, Ransburg kind of red color. Very cool, and he has no other sponsors anymore. And the Rust-eze kind of, like, goes up and then decreases and then kind of gets a lot smaller. Kind of what it does in the back as well. Like, it's bigger, then smaller, and it kind of goes in like a interesting kind of shape there. And then also you can see 95 in gold. But the gold and red just look awesome. This might be one of my favorite variations of Lightning ever. I mean, really, he looks amazing. I really like it. So I think this was a great job on Disney Pixar's part for having him have like a cool paint job like this, because red and gold look very awesome together. So, well, that will do it for this review. I hope you all did enjoy, and tell me in the comment section below, who is your favorite out of these 6 diecasts I reviewed today? And this this Desert Race 11 pack is pretty awesome, and I would definitely recommend it. And we will see you guys next time for another review. Peace.
Young ones, but we live for it, we die for it, we live for forever.